Alright, begin some project videos. This past year, our battery and wiring situation was definitely in need of some work. First order of business was to build a new battery box that would fit whatever batteries we would end up putting in, as the old one was made for shorter golf cart batteries. So after taking the old stuff out and inspecting underneath the bilge area, I found what I was kind of expecting and dreading at the same time: rotten wood.
So our old battery box that went under the floor, I wanted to make bigger so we could fit some different batteries in it. And while I have the battery box out, this is the perfect time to check everything out down here in the bilge and clean everything out more than usual. So my next project while I'm cleaning all this up is also going to be to probably replace both of these pumps, these bilge pumps, and definitely the hoses. Fitting this new battery box in here, I was able to see these bulkheads, which half of them are rotted. I don't know exactly how structural these are, but they could very well be structural. This one here in the front was already cut out a long time ago, and nobody fiberglassed it, so it's rotten. And so these are going to be pretty rotten as well, because even these were cut out for this hose. So I am debating whether I just need to cut these back a tiny bit, and I was going to cut them and refiberglass them, but now that I'm seeing that they need some work, I got to figure out whether I need to really cut these out and replace them and refiberglass everything. I had 4 batteries in here. I built the box for 5, but if I put 5 in here, I'm going to lose my access to see down in the bilge, so I'm probably going to go back to 4 batteries, which, if we go with lithium batteries, then 4 of those are going to be about twice as much capacity that we've had before with the 4 regular lead acid batteries. So today is just figuring out what I'm going to do. Is this the first real time we're cleaning the bilge?
Yeah.
So we've never had the battery box out to really be able to give the bilge a good cleaning, and since we're ripping everything apart, building a new battery box, and apparently doing some wood and fiberglassing, now's the time to get this stuff all cleaned.
Pew pew.
I don't know what the hell that is, but it's gross.
Blech. But look at this bilge after Ryan just got the other stuff back in it. Better. The only reason I do this is because Ben decided to tell Ryan he has a dirty bilge. So then I had to clean it. Thanks, Ben.
After cleaning out a lot of the gunk, I started cutting on the wood as I wanted to see how the new box would fit.
All 3 of them are cut out and ready to be replaced.
We were given some 3/4 starboard type material from friend of a friend kind of a deal, which we really appreciated. What the heck is going on here? Let's just give you the quick version. Maisie, what'd you do? Alright, box is built, pretty much. So, this box is a little bit bigger than the old box. Just to give you an idea. We're gonna definitely have to do some cutting if we want it to fit. Not that kind of cutting. This is how much bigger we're gonna try to fit in the boat.
I don't think that's gonna fit.
It didn't take long to completely change my plans for this whole project. I had built the box before bringing it up to the boat, but after trying to fit the batteries in there, I just realized it wasn't going to work like I thought it was. So I ended up going back home and using some 3/4 marine ply and building a simpler kind of a box platform. I also had to cut out the new stringers that would be fiberglassed in underneath of the box. I'm using epoxy resin and hardener by Total Boat. I opted for the gallon setup, basically for ease of use. One pump of each gives you the 5-to-1 ratio you're supposed to have. Simple and no real mess. I think I paid about $140 for the set. And I think for this whole project I used maybe half, maybe a little more. So I am no fiberglass expert by any means, but this is how I'm doing this. The stringers, when I first put them in, I used chop strand. I basically chopped up a bunch of stuff, mixed up my epoxy resin, and got it into all of the corners as much as I could. And then after that I cut strips, like rectangle shaped strips, and tried to form those into the corners. And now I'm going to be covering these with 1708. So that's my next step. We're going to work on the battery box. We got our 3/4 marine plywood. We are going to basically just mix up some epoxy resin. We're going to coat the whole thing, and then we're going to use our epoxy bilge paint. So we have two pieces that we're going to do. This piece is going to set right over the bilge area. So this front piece is going to go right here. This is going to set down over our bilge stringers, whatever we made. We're going to screw it into the stringers in a couple spots. And we're going to lag bolt it with about 4 5/16 lag bolts and washers. One pump and one pump.
Both can?
Yeah, you hold it, I'll pump it. One. That might be enough. Go ahead and start mixing it. Mixy, mixy. Don't get it on you though.
What will happen?
I don't know. We're not supposed to breathe it either. I don't know. Epoxy resin isn't smelly like other types of resins. You want to grab the brush? Start doing a thin. Just start doing a thin layer wherever you want. There you go. You got the idea. And we're gonna have to coat this whole thing, and then after we get done, we'll flip it over. We'll do the other side, and then we'll paint it next. So we're gonna do this over the next couple nights. So here's the bilge after glassing in the new stringers and getting a fresh coat of paint. And here is the new battery box platform, all done and going in.
Hooray!
And here is a little sneak preview of the new bilge pump setup and wiring we've been working on. We were able to repurpose the plastic from the original battery box for a couple of things I'll show you soon. I guess I'll just make the next video about the bilge pumps and the hoses since we're still kind of on that topic, before I go into the inverter charger and wiring and all that. So I'll end it there. Thanks for watching till the end. If you have any comments or questions on any of the work we've been doing, feel free to post them, and we will see you in the next one.